Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. And actually this time, the final quest. A night at the theater. Doesn't have any requirements besides a taste of hope. But there is definitely some challenge here. We got all sorts of gear and items, because this is going to be a suitable finale for the Questscape. We start by talking to the mysterious stranger here. Do we intend to partake in the Theater of Blood? Maybe. But what's in it for us? The citizens of Myroditch look to get their freedom in there, but we're no citizen. Lots of people sneak in here, and the guards don't seem to mind. Outsiders are more entertaining than the starving, blood-tithed citizens. So, what do you want from me? We're strong enough to survive the theater, but we just need a reason. So this mysterious stranger with glowing eyes has a proposition for us. The theater is owned by Lady Versik Vitter, a vampire noble. And the mysterious stranger represents someone with interests in Versik. They want us to enter the theater, defeat the challenges within, because that would be quite the embarrassment for Versik. And his associates would like that a lot. That doesn't sound too bad. But it will be no easy task. We might be able to succeed alone, or we could bring groups of up to 5. So if we want to take advantage of that, we could. We can use the notice board here to enter the theater. What's this really about? You don't really expect me to believe that story. Just embarrass her? There's clearly more going on. The intentions are secretive, but we can assist them with another matter. Then they could share more. Start a night at the theater. We were correct to be suspicious. They don't want to embarrass Versik Return. They're just here keeping an eye on her. A bit of spying. But then why are you wanting people to go into the theater? Research. What kind of research? Most people that go in there don't come out. Only few succeed. And of course the vampires don't tell anybody about this. With the number of successes that some people have had, they've managed to gather information about Versik and her abilities. So the successful groups have been the ones really doing the spying. But again, what's the whole point? Versik's abilities are very strange, unlike any other vampire. And also, these are new abilities. So they're very interested to figure out how she obtained her new abilities. And where do I come in? More research. And I also recovered something from the theater. We've got some eggs. Fantastic. Eggs of a Nilochus. One of Verzik's arachnid pets that you have to deal with quite a few of in the theater. Would not normally be special, since there's hundreds of those spiders in there. But these are from a different variant that has ever been seen before. And also, a very strange source. Apparently these eggs fell out of Verzik. Verzik laid some eggs? Yes. Very weird. And we think these eggs might be related to the abilities. It lines up with some other suspicions that they've had. And I need to look into this somehow. But there also is a friend that can help. They're dead, though. Okay. Can we be a little bit more clear about what we're actually doing here? He wants us to talk to Ranus Draken. And how is that going to help? Again, he is dead. The mysterious stranger's kind, which is very suspicious, can read memories as long as they have a physical contact with the person they're trying to read the memories from. Please don't poke around my memories. What do you mean, your kind? I'm not gonna tell you. Of course not. So, you want to read Ranus's memories. Will that even work? Apparently, yes. Because of the slow degradation of vampire corpses. The brain should still be intact. Great. And how's this related to the eggs, though? They want to find memories of Ranus's relating to Verzik. Because they were fairly close. More than anyone else, really. So if we can get Ranus's memories, it'll be easier than trying to get Verzik's memories from her. This is the next best option. We can learn more about Verzik. And the eggs are the catalyst. We don't have years to go through all of Ranus's memories. But by having the eggs involved, they can more quickly search through the memories. Of course, they're not going to go help us with recovering Ranus. That's what we need to do. And where would that be? Right down below. Staircase to the northeast to go to the crypt. It is well guarded. Nobody's supposed to even be in there. So we need to take our flail. Also, we don't need to bring his entire body. Only the brain. Brains are generally attached to bodies. Then take a saw. Oh god. Good luck. That is some problem solving there. Need a brain and not an entire body? Just cut the head off. As for the flail, since we're fighting a vampire, I went with the Avandis flail because it's 20,000 coins cheaper than the Avandis flail. And we're just using this for one little fight here. We got Firewatch, and a gate. Let's just run through here. Kill a vampire. Starting off nice and easy for the combat for this quest. Level 105 Firewatch. Only has melee attacks. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. They're not really guarding too spectacularly. They're just kind of here. And we get the crypt key. Go open up the gate. Miss a prayer flick. Good start. Whether or not this is a bottomless void is a question. But we do have a coffin here with a nice lighting effect. Not too proud of what we're about to do here. Removing Rannis's head. Hi, Rannis. Didn't expect to see you again. Rannis does not reply. Wow. I need a hobby. Just talking to decapitated heads. A little concerning. A little concerning. That is such a protect from range. That's not helpful either. Quick prayers. They're the last thing you set them to. Rannis's head. Alright, here we go. I've got that head you wanted. We give it to this weird guy. And this will work. Rannis has many memories relating to those eggs. And with their mind reading ability, they're able to figure out the truth about Verzig. In theory. Starting from the beginning. I'm going to take his hand so we can share the memory. Physical contact is required. And we are prepared to enter a memory. This is something. There's Rannis and a Firewatch. The Firewatch has brought Rannis something. And Rannis is bringing it to Verzig. Meeting up. Looking at new things in the theater. Their new guest, the maiden of Sugadinti. The name is very interesting. Speaks to some vampire humor. And she's going to be one of the new challenges of the theater. A little bit of narrative about who that used to be. And it's all going to work out. Wouldn't want to abandon her at this stage. They already did lots of experimentation on her down in the labs. Either way, quite the inspiration. Verzix decided to give this whole Theater of Blood thing a bit of a sprucing up. Replacing all the challenges? Of course. There was old challenges, but they were getting dull. Time for some fresh excitement. And Rannis has a gift for her that might be able to help a bit. Lornial Draken found these eggs north of Darkmire. Might be helpful in her Nilochus breeding program. Always exciting to have more options. He doesn't really come to the theater, unfortunately. Quite the bore. Needs to learn to live a little. And about this nest. they're very unique. And they have a queen, possibly of a higher power, involving that silly stone he used to have. No, more natural. Either way, these eggs could be very useful. Let's see what kind of results can be had from them. Very interesting. That was Versic. And this was a memory from many years ago. This was before her new unique abilities. The next step is again about the eggs. The ones in the memory were similar, but not identical to the ones we have here. So it's going to relate to a new type of Nauticus, leading to the eggs we have now, and the abilities. We need to recover some of those eggs ourselves to find further relevant memories. It's from a nest north of Darkmere, so I'll go see if I can find it. And of course they're not going to be coming with us, because their associates want him to stay here. Of course. Of course. To the north. Very doable. Yep. That's a spider nest, alright. Let's go poke around. Could be dangerous. Sure, we'll be fine. So we have more spiders. They're small and odd looking. We got spider eggs. And even more spider eggs. And a big egg sac here in the deepest part. And also, a skeleton. Neat. We find a sticky note. Dare Crand had this, well, presumably previously a person, now skeleton, running an errand for them to this spider nest. Something about the Sisterhood wanting the venom from the spiders to make some elixir. They did not want to extract venom, so they're just getting some eggs to bring back. But this egg sac is too strong. They cannot cut through it, but some sulfuric acid would do the trick. They don't have any, so they'll just have to head back to the sanctuary. Except they didn't. They are skeleton. And we can't open the egg sac either. We're going to follow that idea and go get some acid. Unfortunately, we have to go to the Sisterhood Sanctuary. And that is all the way over near the Nightmare. It really is quite the big place. And we're also out of run energy. Well, that's just typical. I do have these stamina potions. Could have gotten one out and used it, but now we're not right next to the bank. We could go to the bank. It'd be fine. I'm just going to walk. Not a huge deal. It's an Ultimate Iron Man. Also, hardcore. A little inconvenience. Kind of the name of the game. There's also a clue step with this guy. Wildly inconvenient location. Hello. I would like some sulfuric acid, please. I found your assistant. They are dead. killed by spiders. And they also ate her. A disaster. It's going to be very difficult to find a new assistant. Yeah. Not many people queuing up to go get eaten by spiders. Anyways, found this note. There's an egg sac. And now I need the sulfuric acid. This will be a thank you / payment for bringing news about the assistant. And do you want any of those eggs? Nah. They're gonna wait for the new assistant to go get the eggs once they find one. Alright. Good luck with that. Just gonna go take our sulfuric acid. Corrosive. Indeed. And back to the spiders. Back in here. We got our acid on the egg sac. And spiders attack. And we are venomed. We got the strange spider eggs that we need, so we can get out of here. And no longer be venomed via 2 anti-poison doses. Very good. Dangerous. As soon as you touch it, venomous spiders. Not great. Not what you want. I got those eggs you wanted. They do look a bit different. But these will give us more memories to search for, to make a clearer picture. I don't really know what's going on. That's pretty much the norm for me. They're also going to send these eggs to their associates, trying to get connections to Verzik's abilities. These will probably be useful, since these are the eggs that they started with. Are they trying to replicate her powers? Quite the opposite. Trying to counteract the powers. Or so they say. Anyways, new memory. Let's see what we got. We've got the pestilent bloat. Walking around, being just an absolute mess. Not the most elaborate name. Crude name for a crude creation. Fair. Definitely crude and disgusting. Is it any more disgusting than what Ranus did to that poor girl? A bit of pride in your work for the theater here. Producing art. And Verzik agrees. Come take a look at this. It is a big old Nilicus. Purple and new. A Thanatos. Magnificent. Very neat. She managed to make this with the new eggs that were brought. Very good use. They've been doing absolute wonders. She's not done yet. This is just the beginning. So the eggs were useful, but there's still something missing. Another memory? Perhaps. And we're right back in again. The big, even bigger spider really outdone herself this time. This also the result of the new eggs? No. This is just a regular one. Still missing a key aspect for the plans that she has. But she's working on it. Ranus wants to help with these mysterious plans. What she needs is something that can regenerate. Nalicus are strong enough in numbers, but individually still very weak. And Renus has just the idea. When they created the Maiden, they were experimenting a lot in the whole regeneration department. Hame Alchemy. Wasn't really Hame Alchemy that got the answer. It was a gift from the old queen. A plant. Precisely. The Hespori. Specifically, Hespori bark. Regenerative properties. Exactly what Verzik is looking for. I know all about Hespori. They are remarkable plants. Many unique properties. And they used to grow around here, back when this area was Hallowvale, and the Ceremonious Queen used them as weapons against vampires. Good history. Vampires have found many uses for Hespori. They played a part in the creation of the Maiden, and for new Nilicus. So I need to go get some Hespori bark. We need to get it from naturally occurring sources, not the ones we've grown. We can find one somewhere in Mauritania. But he's no expert on nature. How about a nature spirit? He can probably help. Perfect. To the nature spirit. Another spot with a clue scroll step. We are entering the grotto here. Talk to the nature spirit. Wielding our Mauritania legs, because that counts as a ghost speak. He is back, because we need help finding that Hespori. Wonderful plants. Why are we looking for it? Research. What are you researching? Plants and stuff. Do be careful. They're very rare. We don't want any people going around damaging them. Yep, not gonna damage it. Everything's gonna be great. There's a Hespori to the northeast on a small island. Fantastic. Thanks for the help. We're just over here, destroying plants with the help of the nature spirit. He does not approve one bit. But we are going to need a slightly different setup here for Hespori. The inventory is definitely not prepared for an actual kind of boss fight. I'm going to do a bit of rearranging. Starting from the Warriors Guild here, we're going to be prepared. We got attack potions, defense potions, to cure up some of the negative effects of the Dragon Battle Axe spec. Super anti-poison, which will last for a little bit here. And we run. Back in the house, take the last destination, which was over by the nature grotto here. And we will run through the swamp. While we run, let's prepare protect from magic here. That'll be helpful. And straight through the swamp, over to the northeast, to the island that Hespori is on. Right here. Step across the stepping stone. Chop a Spori. Protect from magic. Much the same as the Farming Guild Hespori. Destroy the flowers, and then attack. I'm going to flick Piety here, just for a little bit of extra damage. Really is that easy. One thing we're slightly low on is run energy. That's okay. We're in the vines, so we need to get out of that. And then it's back to fighting the flowers. Between the protect from magic and I guess at least the Torag's plate body, we have good defenses from all the attacks. I mean, the rock shell legs are they're rune legs. They're okay. Still do wish I had some Barrow's tank legs though. Would have been nice. Would have been nice to have that. But we were at Barrow's long enough. Long enough. Finally taking a little bit of damage from the range attack. Also, auto retaliate's on. Gonna want that off. Lots of things to consider. Like the fact that we're about to kill this Hespori here. Keep health nice and high. No reason to do anything foolish. And from not just keeping Piety on all the time, we got more than enough prayer points. That is another thing that's going to be coming back here later. In the vines again. Gotta escape. And a few more hits. And there we go. One dead Hespori. Again. And we chop a piece of bark. And it's dead. It's like, oh, maybe it's just dormant. Nope, it's dead. Sigh. I did drop the Draken Medallion in order to get an extra piece of food here, so I'm going to need to go a little bit out of my way to get back over to the theater. Back with the bark. I found his Hespori. And then I got the bark. There you go. Perfect. For finding some more memories. Getting close now. We prepare ourselves. Here we have Sochitseg. And again, Ranus and Verzig. Power over the Shadow Realm. Wild. The old Empire. Brings her back. The inspiration was from the old Empire. The experiments didn't really go anywhere, unfortunately. But it'll still be a good challenge. Always nice. And speaking of experiments, combining the Hespori with that new Nilochus, it's going very well. This could be the one. The Nilochus to end all Nilochus. Very impressive. But we're going to have to wait a little bit to see the results. Can't rush perfection. Not the most useful, but it's definitely getting close. One final memory. Let's take a look. Here is Zarpus. And these two. Again. The last king of the Yarasa. That's what this is. So Leornil found a way home. Seems so. Did not say how he did it, though. Interesting. But that's not the main thing they're here to discuss. She's got her perfect Nilicus. The Queen. All the work is paid off. It's very small. Oh, it'll grow. And it's going to need a fancy name, too. Bite. Dead. Wow. A little bit anticlimactic there. Really thought that was the one. Back to square one. Unfortunate. That's it? A tiny little Nilicus bit her and died? But the mysterious stranger thinks that that was the source of her abilities. And now we know what kind of Nilicus she created. We've got the relevant materials in order to make said Nilicus after a bit of work. So we can now start working on weapons and techniques to use against her. But what happened after that? We could be missing key information here. That would be an important thing to make sure we're not making huge mistakes. Rannis has no more information, though. So there's only one place to find the truth. Verzik herself. But in order to get her memories, you would need to make physical contact with her. And that means entering the theater, which he really does not want to do. And I've never done it before, but I'm sure I can manage. However, there have been times when groups enter the theaters with members that didn't actually participate. You can get the competent members to succeed. The others are considered to have beaten the challenge. So you want me to carry you through the theater. Very apt. If we can get him to Verzik, you can get the memories. Right as we defeat her, he will swoop in and we'll get our answers. We could also still take other people using the notice board. Once we're ready, they'll join us in the theater. And now is the time. The Theater of Blood is going to be entry mode. So that is good. But we're going to do it solo. I have done a little bit of practice, and it was on an account with worse stats than this. So I think it should be possible. I'm going to need to collect items from various locations, get all the things needed for all the different challenges that Tob has to offer. Between everything we've collected throughout the entire account, I think we can do it. The finale to the final. Next time. Goodbye.